Hello Vietmaxim family and welcome back to my channel. What we are looking at is the daily chart for Bitcoin, and the data I have is to 9:38 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on July the 30th. Bitcoin has been doing very well the past 4 days. Right now it is trading at around 24,500, and it has been doing precisely what I was expecting when we looked at Bitcoin 4 days ago. So before we take a look at this chart in detail, let's just go back and see what I said a few days ago. The pessimistic scenario, which is around 11,000. The optimistic scenario, where we could potentially see Bitcoin run to about 35,000 and then begin the next bull run. So realistically, which direction would Bitcoin likely move? Is that this way or that way? The answer is within the next couple of weeks, depending on how the price move, will really dictate as to which direction it would likely move. And to decipher that, let's take a look at the shorter time frame, which is the 4-hour chart. All right, so what we have here is after the price broke down, found bottom at 17.4 and began to trend up. So what we have here is it could potentially setting up another inverted flag. Let's just draw the flag. What we can do is connect from this point to that point and just extend that up to cover this high point as well as this point. And basically what we have here is an inverted flag. This is the pole, this is the flag. Normally with an inverted flag, we tend to expect if the price breakdown drop below this prior low, then we're looking at the possibility for 11,000 is definitely there. However, there is a way to negate this flag. Right now, Bitcoin, after reaching about 25.5, it retraced. It is trading at 22,000. If we connect this high, low, and extend it down. So what we have here is a mini bull flag. As part of this trending down, there is a possibility that the price would do something like this. What we really need is for Bitcoin to find bottom. And the bottom has to be higher than this prior low. The minute it finds a bottom and reverse direction, we need to see it break out of the resistance of this downward channel. If it can break out of this and continue to trend up, then we like to see Bitcoin be able to break out of the resistance of this upward channel here as part of this flag. If it could do that, it could potentially negate this inverted flag. Then we will look at the potential for the uptrend to continue. The key is when Bitcoin trend up, it has to cross over this prior low. And this prior low here is roughly at around 26,000. So right now, for me, I will continue to observe the price. First thing is, as part of this downtrend, I want to see at what price point that would potentially be the bottom as part of this pullback. If the bottom is higher than this prior low, and then the price begin to reverse direction and trend up, that would be a good sign that the uptrend would continue. The next key price is at 26,000. All right, so fast forward to right now, which is around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on October the 30th. Last time when we looked at Bitcoin was right around this point, which is on July the 23rd. That when Bitcoin after ran up to about 24.5, hits resistance and started to retrace. As part of this, I said that it was forming this tiny little downward channel, and there's a very good probability that we would see the price oscillate within this downward channel. And what we expected is for Bitcoin to find bottom and the bottom has to be higher than the prior low. That's precisely what happened. Bitcoin found support right at around 20,500. And then it started to reverse direction. And as part of this reversal, the first important thing is look at the volume. The volume definitely picked up. You see, it's higher than before. Bitcoin then proceeded to cross over the resistance of this tiny downward channel and broke out. Right now, Bitcoin is about to test the resistance of the bigger upward channel. And if it can gather enough buying support, cross over the resistance, then it's likely will retest this prior low at roughly close to 26,000. Now here's the most important thing. If it can cross over that and stabilize over, so my key target price is 26,000. If Bitcoin can stabilize over 26,000 for at least 2 or 3 days, then there's a very high probability that the uptrend would continue. On the flip side, I do expect resistance right at this line, which is right at around 25,000. There's always that probability that the price could reverse direction and we could see it oscillate within this channel again. But the encouraging thing that I see is this. Let's just zoom in so we can look at this area a little bit better. When the price reversed direction, Ren broke out of this resistance, it consolidated, broke out again, and now as you can see, it was in consolidations, and now it is attempting to break out. The key thing is the high point here is higher than this prior high, so that is always a good sign. And assuming if there is enough buying support, we could project the possibility as to the target as part of the breakout of this tiny little bull flag. Now then, we are looking at Bitcoin would run up and retest this prior low. So if the stock market continue to stabilize and trending higher, there is a very high probability that we could see Bitcoin stabilize over 26,000 sometime next week. And 26,000 is my magic number, because if Bitcoin can stabilize over this level, then there's a very high probability that we could see Bitcoin run up and test this 200-day moving average, which is right at around 32,000. If the stock market retraces, then we could potentially see Bitcoin retrace as well as part of this upward channel. We could see Bitcoin oscillate again, and hopefully, if that were to happen, somehow that it would find the bottom, and the bottom has to be higher than this prior bottom that's set a few days ago at around 25, and then bounce up. That is what I'm hoping for. But right now, there's no doubt Bitcoin is looking good. And I feel better every day that this low, which is 75, could potentially be the bottom as part of this massive pullback. And we are looking at Bitcoin potentially stabilizing and slowly trending higher. That's it. Give me a like if you appreciate this content. And if you like this sort of boring videos, make sure to click that subscribe button and turn on notifications.